It was said without drama, without a tremor, as if she were commenting on the weather. We were gathered around her parents' dining table, glasses half full, food growing cold, while casual conversation drifted through the room. Then her voice cut cleanly through it all. "If he reaches out to me again," she said, steady and composed, "I'll go back to him." The room stilled. Silverware paused midair. Her mother focused suddenly on her plate. Her father shifted in his chair, clearing his throat as though buying time. Every face turned toward me, waiting for a reaction they assumed would come: anger, disbelief, bargaining. I studied her expression, searching for hesitation or regret. There was nothing, just resolve. In that instant, something settled inside me. Not heartbreak, not shock, understanding. She wasn't testing me or provoking a fight. She was stating a fact. And facts don't ask for debate. I pushed my chair back, stood calmly, and thanked her parents for the meal. No accusations. No questions. No scene. I walked away from the table, leaving behind a silence heavier than any argument could have been. Outside, the night air felt cool and grounding. I expected my pulse to race, my thoughts to spiral, but instead there was a strange stillness. I wasn't shattered. I was hollow, yes, but clear. From inside the house came muffled voices, confusion erupting now that I had removed myself. I didn't turn back. I stepped down the driveway, replayed her words once, then let them dissolve. I had barely gone a short distance when hurried footsteps approached. Someone called my name, softly but urgently. I turned, expecting regret or explanation. Instead, it was her younger sister, Mara, always observant, always kind, though tonight she looked unusually tense. She stopped in front of me, drew a breath, and met my eyes. "Leave her," she said quietly. "Choose me instead." The words lingered between us, startling in their honesty. There was no teasing smile, no attempt at charm. She meant it. She spoke quickly, as if afraid she'd lose courage if she slowed down. She told me she'd watched me be overlooked and undervalued for years. She said my calm departure confirmed what she'd long believed, that I deserved more than uncertainty. I listened without interrupting. When she finished, she waited, hope and nerves tangled in her expression. I smiled gently, not out of arrogance or cruelty, but from truth. "I already have," I said. She understood immediately. The answer wasn't about rejecting her, it was about choosing myself. Her shoulders relaxed. She nodded, accepting it with surprising grace. "I figured," she admitted softly. "I just needed to say it." I thanked her for the honesty and told her I respected the courage it took to speak up. But I wasn't willing to step from one complicated situation into another. Healing doesn't happen in a rush. She agreed. That respect lingered between us, quiet and sincere. Then she wished me well and walked back toward the house, no theatrics, no regret. I watched her go, feeling grateful, not for the proposition, but for the confirmation that I was doing the right thing. I got into my car and drove off, leaving behind a dinner that had quietly closed a chapter I'd already outgrown. The days afterward were peaceful. No fights. No dramatic messages. Just space. She called once. I didn't answer. Not out of spite, but because her words at the table had already said everything. Certainty doesn't invite negotiation. Friends were puzzled by how cleanly it all ended. I told them the truth. When someone openly places their past above their present, the future decides for you. I didn't feel abandoned. I felt unburdened. The constant wondering whether I was enough for someone who was never fully there was gone. And with it, the weight of waiting to be chosen. Weeks later, I ran into Mara unexpectedly. It wasn't uncomfortable. We exchanged polite smiles. She asked how I was doing. I told her honestly that I was well. She said she was glad. There was no tension, only mutual understanding. That brief exchange reinforced what I already knew. I had handled that night the right way. I often think about how freely people reveal themselves when they feel safe enough to speak without filters. What was said at that table wasn't cruel. It was honest. And honesty, even when it cuts, saves time. I didn't lose anything that evening. I gained clarity. Life eventually settled into a steadier rhythm. Mornings felt quieter. Evenings felt deliberate. I stopped replaying old conversations and started investing that energy back into myself. Calm turned into confidence. Not loud, not defensive, just solid. People asked if the offer from her sister tempted me. It didn't. Temptation has no power when peace is already present. Strength isn't found in choosing someone else. It's found in knowing when to walk away without bitterness. That night, she thought she was keeping her options open. Instead, she closed the one door that mattered. I didn't compete. I didn't plead. I left quietly. And when temptation followed me into the dark, I chose dignity and walked forward already free.